Hi, my name is Jenny Wangsness, and I'm the president of your Seventh-day Baptist Women's Society. Every woman that is a member of a Seventh-day Baptist church in our conference is a member of the Women's Society. So I am a member of Anchor of Hope Church in Dodge Center, Minnesota. All of the members and women on the board of directors for the Women's Society are volunteers. So when I'm not acting in my role as your director, I am a coordinator for a local Head Start program that serves children and families in poverty. I'm coming to you today from our family farm in Northeast Iowa, where my husband and his family have farmed for 3 generations. Working on number 4. One of the primary responsibilities of the board of directors for the Women's Society is to organize and lead meetings of our board of directors that focus on our ministry goals, centered around developing gifts, growth, gathering, and generosity among Seventh-day Baptist women in our conference. I also represent and participate in our coordinating leadership team meetings with other directors of our conference, and also with the general council at their invitation. Our group of Seventh-day Baptist Women's Society is also a member of a larger group of Baptist women called Baptist Women of North America. This group used to be known as NABU, so I represent us at their annual meetings as well. Our board is made up of officers and committee chairwomen. They will introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about what they do, and then I will be back to tell you about our virtual conference opportunities this year. Also, be sure to read our yearbook report for more details about our ministries. Thanks very much.
Hello all, and greetings from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Some of you may know me, but if you don't, I'm Paula Reynolds, and I'm the Vice President of the Women's Society Board. What does the Vice President do, you ask? Well, my official role on the board is worship leader. However, some of the other duties that I perform are traveling with or in place of the President to meetings and conferences, contributing to the discussions and decision-making of the other committees on the board, like hospitality, and basically filling in wherever there is a need. Well, that's it in a nutshell. I hope to see you all again soon, and please remember to wash your hands.
Hi, I'm the Women's Board Treasurer, Vicki Burdick, and I'd like to tell you a little about our financial future. We were able to distribute the 2019 Love Gift of $2,774.28 by sending Bibles to Africa and money to Pastor Shirley in Nicaragua and several other projects that had been designated by the 2019 conference Women's Interest Committee. The collection was $1,000 less than previous collections. We have specific funds which have been set aside in memoriam. One is the SCSC fund, but we started out this year's training with zero money in that fund. There's the Dortha Shuttle fund, because she left money because SCSC was on her heart. And that goes specifically to conference stipends and scholarships for the students. There's the Stephanie Schultz Wellness Fund, which supports pastors and their families with mental health wellness. We also have access to the Larry Graffius Fund through the Memorial Board for special needs. Anyone interested in supporting your women's board is encouraged to donate through the SDB Center, to specific funds, or to our general fund. Thank you for your continued support, and we'll miss you at conference. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Lauren Telford. I'm from Texarkana, Arkansas, and I'm the recording secretary of the Seventh-day Baptist Women's Board. My job in meetings is to write down all the fun things we say, and basically just kind of keep blurbs of what each committee, each chair, whoever is up to, what kind of ideas we have, old business, new business, nobody's business, all that good stuff. And so it kind of helps us to keep track of where we are at any given point, because we can look back in the notes when I have them done in a timely manner and see what we had planned to do. And so that helps us kind of keep a timeline. This year was particularly fun because I'm having to type up this summary, and we had all these grand plans and they all got canceled for COVID. So there was that. But better luck to us all next year. So even though this virus did cancel all of our plans that we had as the Women's Board, Society, and the conference in general, and so many other things, it's been a good lesson to remember that God is the one in control. We can make all these plans, but we don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. And so we have to be fully reliant upon God, who does know and who has power over all of this. And so we're praying for his guidance and his mercy and grace to guide us through the next year. And we're praying for all other ministries under the scope of Seventh-day Baptist, and praying for all of you that this finds you well and that you are staying safe.
Hi, I'm Tabitha. I'm the chair of the Gatherings Committee for the Women's Board. Basically what my job is to host and plan and coordinate everything needed for the women's banquet at conference each year. I'm also in charge of hospitality. So if there's anything that the Women's Society needs hospitality-wise at our meetings or events, or even at conference, I'm the person you would contact.
Hi, my name is Katrina Goodrich, and I chair the Media Committee for the Women's Board. The Media Committee is responsible for providing and editing content for the Women's Society page in the Sabbath Recorder. We also maintain a social media presence on sites like Pinterest and Facebook. Additionally, we're also responsible for editing and updating, as well as adding new content to the Women's Society webpage. The Media Committee functions to provide communication from the Women's Board to the Society at large throughout the year, and in moments like these, edit together a video so that while we can't be together as we wish, we can still see a few familiar faces.
Hi, I'm Karen Payne from the Anchor of Hope Church in Dodge Center, Minnesota. I serve as chairman of the Recognitions Committee for the Women's Board, along with Janet Butler and Marcy Kirsten, both from the Connecting Church in Milton, Wisconsin. It has been our privilege to select the recipients of the Robe of Achievement, and also a recently added award to a Women in Service Everywhere. The Robe of Achievement Award was started in 1964 when the Women's Society received a beautiful Chinese robe that had once belonged to Dr. Rosa Pomberg, a missionary to China. It was decided at that time to use the robe as a symbol of achievement for any woman in the Seventh-day Baptist denomination who has given outstanding service for the cause of Christ and the advancement of our denominational work, as well as in her home church and community. You see behind me the robe that Yvonne Steffen created in 1993 to closely resemble the original robe. In 2018, the Women's Board created a new award to be given to a Seventh-day Baptist woman who works tirelessly, humbly, and invisibly to serve others in their churches, personal relationships, neighborhoods, workplaces, or educational areas of their lives. These awards for women from our denomination are made from nominations by you. The Women's Board decided not to make either award this year since we would not be able to meet in person at our general conference. We look forward to receiving more nominations to consider for next year's awards.
Hi, I'm Helen Goodrich with the SCSC Committee. My committee is Althea Rood, Virginia Evans, and Laura Sweeney, and myself. After the 2019 SCSC season, Pastor Andrew Kaminga stepped down from being training director after serving for 4 years as training director and several years on training staff. We were sad to see him go, but we knew other duties called. His wife, Kristen Kaminga, agreed later on then to be our interim director for SCSC for the 2020 season. The committee accepted the project and student applications, and we began planning busily for what our year would be. Soon the COVID pandemic became closer and closer, and we had to make the decision that travel was not going to happen this year. What? How in the world could SCSC happen with no travel? After all, that's what it's about, traveling to other churches to serve. What happened was that training became virtual. It was possible. We had an intensive week of training, 6 hours a day plus on Zoom, and we did all sorts of things. There were sessions on worship and teaching, there was discussion, there were games, there were songs. All those things were used, times of prayer as well, to form community. In fact, that very important thing, prayer, brought us together. It's not the same, no, as being in person, but we were all blessed, and God is using the time. Now the students are serving in their home churches and across the denomination virtually. They're traveling to churches around the USA and Canada, doing camps and VBS and Bible studies and worship services, all done on a media platform. God has blessed these servant leaders throughout this time of unprecedented change, and they are, in fact, team change. They chose the verses, James 1:17 and 2 Corinthians 3:18, as their team verses, showing that while God does not change, we are working to be changed into His likeness. Team change. Thank you from the SCSC committee for all your support and care, and we ask for your continued prayer as the students finish out their season and go back to their respective schools of change.
My name is Kathy Hara. I'm the chair of the Tuition Fund. The purpose of this fund is to encourage women to develop spiritually and as well as develop their skills for leadership positions in STB churches and the denomination. An applicant only has to meet one of the following criteria: be the wife of an STB pastor, be the wife of an STB seminary student, be an STB female ministerial student, be an STB female pastor, be an STB female pursuing a Christian education career, be an STB female denominational employee, or a woman who is attending a workshop that will directly benefit the denomination, such as the Multiply Conference. If you are a woman and are unsure if you qualify, contact me to find out. My committee is able to grant up to $200 of financial assist per applicant per year. After receiving your support and attending your course, we ask for a short report stating courses studied, the educational benefit to you and your ministry, and actual cost involved. It's not that hard. We're not that picky. We don't critique it, but that's my favorite part of my job, is being able to grant the money and then being able to read how God is working in your ministry. Thank you.
Hi, I'm back. I hope you were able to connect with us just a little bit as we shared with you about what we do as your Women's Society Board of Directors. We will all miss working alongside you all at our General Conference sessions this year. It's always a favorite time of year for me, as we feel that we get such great support from everyone, and it's our chance to really hear your voice for where you'd like us to focus in the coming year. So although things look different these days, I want to highlight the ways that you can join us in ministry. There will be a conference mailing coming out, including all of our conference ministries, and they will let you know that we have Q&A, question and answer sessions with the directors of each ministry on Sunday afternoon. So pay attention to that mailing for how to sign up for one of those sessions. We will have one of those sessions focused on SCSC questions only. There will be 3 sessions available. We will also have a society business meeting on Tuesday evening of conference week at 7:30 Central Time. It's during this society meeting, any woman that's a member of a Seventh-day Baptist Church in our conference is a member of the society and encouraged to join us. We will officially approve our slate of officers for the coming year. And we will also select a subcommittee to focus on our love gift. The love gift is the primary way we focus on our ministry goal of generosity. So as the subcommittee gets back to us and lets us know how they'd like the love gift to be distributed, we will let everyone know that, and then we will continue to accept donations through September 30 as we usually do. Thank you so much for your time and listening to our report this year. It's been a bit different, and we sure hope we can see everybody soon. Have a blessed week.